Deep diving into Ethereum structure and possibly see if there is a possibility for upswing, or will price continue to respect a supply roof. So we look at a 2023 price action. Here we have a demand floor, a psychological demand floor. At first, in the form of a resistance structure, break of resistance structure, price return on retest, retest one, two, three, 4, and 5 on this structure. So if you wait here alone, you will be a very profitable person just by waiting on this floor. If you are waiting on this floor, you are profitable anytime, any day. So I would call this a psychological horizontal demand floor. It is completely horizontal. So when price made its way and return on demand, and we create a structure by an ascending trend line. By first touch, second touch, we create our ascending trend line. And when price came, retested it, it tested it, respected the resistance structure, which is a supply roof, and broke the supply roof and return on demand to print a new high. And you can see after price breaking the resistance structure, it came, retested it, and moved and got rejected at this level. This rejection at this level, we dealt with it extensively in our weekly time chart, and we know why price stopped here and they made its way back to respect what the previously broken resistance structure now becomes a demand floor. It returns here on demand and respected the structure and went up again, return again on demand, break of a demand structure. What happened? Price become what? Supply, resistance structure. When price came again, respected it. It respected the structure on resistance. So we got in the course of the oscillation, price create a temporary demand floor after the retest. So when price return here, it becomes a demand floor to peak liquidity, which broke a descending trend line. You see, we have a descending trend line, very clean structure. Ethereum structure is clean than BTC structure, very clean. So when price came, it respected the resistance structure and at first then went up, broke the structure. Now we expect what? A retest to a broken descending trend line, DTL. Now you see we are converting our supply roof to demand by this breakout. And when price broke out, we came down, we already on a demand floor where we found impulse for a buy and price didn't fail on a double touch. Price went up, respected the structure, but came back to you know destroy the support structure and turn it now to supply. So at the moment, Ethereum is under the influence of temporary supply. But on a longer term, when you look at it from the breakout from the descending trend line, price is trading on demand. And that was why when price returned here in the month of August, we had a double confluence. I speak of double confluence. A descending trend line meet a horizontal support structure. That was the foundation for optic. And price has moved. That impulse leg, keep oscillating. Price return again to the same demand floor and did a buy. I think if if the liquidity needed doesn't come for a buy, Ethereum might see itself break out the from 2432 level. If it breaks out from here, if it breaks out from this green line, I see price coming down to retest the liquidity pool floor. This is where you have a buy liquidity. These are multiple buy order. Now price is building a buy order at this level, and I believe at this level is due to take it. When price builds a buy or sell order, it builds it after a while, it takes all of them. So those who are waiting here patiently might end up in pain. So price can come here and take away the liquidity and return here a retest of a broken descending trend line. But if buyers manage to make their way up and return to the buy zone, it will be interesting to see that price makes its way in this form. So if price manage to come here, then it sets itself up for another rally. Yes, this is what you have. But if it fails, then don't expect much. If it fails, if fear fails, then we are going to come back to retest our bullish order zone. So where price may try again to retest here as a resistance and possibly take this structure out completely, take it out. So this is what market does. Build liquidity, take it. Build liquidity, take it. Build liquidity, take it. So this is what we see for ETH, and at the moment it's facing um, a very poor liquidity to the upside. Liquidity is needed for uptrend, and sweeping liquidity to the downside. To throw the knife down does not cost anything. If they throw a heavy hammer down, the heavy hammer down is going to break this support structure. If this support structure is broken, then expect Ethereum to continue to come down. This is based on structure. So this is what we see for ETH, and there's nothing much. But where it is at the moment, we expect that we have a structure here, a support structure, break of a support structure, retest. Price after picking liquidity from the buy zone, liquidity pool zone, that impulse leg set price on impulse and ultimately broke the resistance structure. And we have a descending, a temporary resistance roof, a supply roof, which is considered a psychological roof. You can see the line, its function as demand and supply. Here we have it as the demand, 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 break of a demand floor, resistance. So on technical, price must respect here. So you see price is building liquidity from two dimensions, from the top and from the bottom. From the bottom acting as dynamic support, and from the top it's acting as dynamic resistance. So this is our new supply roof and this is our new demand floor. So price continue to play on both sides, decide where to break out from. So what we see here on technical is that if it breaks out from here and gets to the roof, if it breaks the supply roof, it becomes a demand floor. If it breaks out the demand floor, it becomes a supply roof. So if we break here, then Ethereum goes down. You can't anticipate anything different from this. The market is building itself up on two dimensions, on the supply roof and on the demand floor. And you can see it. Look at our first demand layer. We play here after break of structure. Price retest one, retest two, retest three, four, five, six. Break of a support structure. What happened? It becomes a resistant structure where we have a supply roof. Sell one, sell two, sell three, sell four. And look at our floor, a psychological floor, where for every time price returns to this floor, it becomes a demand level. Demand one, demand two, demand three, four, five. So I expect if price fails to hold here, where we have double confluence, we have a double confluence at this level, an ascending trend line meet a horizontal support structure. So if price fails to hold here, then I expect it to return back to liquidity pool zone, where you have demand in the zone of 2,147 for a buy. But if it fails here, if it fails to return after tapping into the demand floor, then we should see that price will break out from this channel, then retest and make its way down. But we see we have double confluence here, and when we have double confluence, it usually comes up with something of great value. So let's see what it does from here. So the right thing is to be patient to have a clear breakout. Trading from here is dangerous because this means nothing. The price action here is not strong. It's either you allow price to return here to sell, or you wait for price to return here at the demand floor. So we have a demand floor and a supply roof. Here you can't buy, you can't sell. It makes no sense to buy or sell at this level. Allow price to return to supply roof. Allow price to return to demand floor. Those who took this price on demand floor are in profit. After taking it from the supply roof, they sold out, and price have failed to touch the demand floor after touching the supply roof. On technical, we expect after touching the supply roof, price returns to demand floor, but that is not happening. So since that is not happening, and we are having an ascending trend line, a midterm ascending trend line, it indicates that price could continue to move here and break the roof. So a break of the roof, it becomes a demand floor for uptick. So patience is key. Patience is key. Patience is key and critical. So if price breaks this structure, then you prepare yourself to go long. You prepare yourself, make up your mind to go long. All you need to do is wait for price to return. When it returns on the demand floor. Look at the properties of the demand. Buy one, buy two, buy three, buy four, buy five. One price to return to this level, so that we will enjoy this characteristics of buy, where you see presence of liquidity, push price. maybe possibly to a new supply roof, and you look to the downside, we have a descending trend line. A descending trend line, sell one, sell two, sell three, break of a supply roof becomes demand. And price didn't come down because what? We had a support structure here. This support structure stopped price. Without this, price would have come here. So this was what stopped price, but price made its way after tapping into a more bearish demand, broke the structure and came down to retest what? A broken descending trend line. This is the breakout, this is the retest. I expect price to come back here where we'll have a new bullish order. It will be here if price comes here. This is how price play. So I expect this guy, if it happens this way, let it come here so you can see your Ethereum below $1,000. Yes, that is very, very impossible. Very, very impossible. So we don't know. We're in a season of a geopolitical tension and US election coming up. So I believe that sentiment might kick in and pushing liquidity as a result of Federal Reserve cutting rates. So liquidity might shift. So if BTC and Ethereum see liquidity from the rate cut, that could be a catalyst for upswing. So showing that we will have here a price jump from this level, or maybe price might come down. Maybe another case scenario we'll see here, since we have a psychological flaw that have the potential to keep price. Maybe price might come here and do something like this. Since we pick liquidity from here, then we move up, then go up. Maybe these are case scenarios. These are case scenarios. These are case scenarios.